Ah. Oh, my head. Oh! Ah! What the? Wait, where? What? I'm in a box! Oh, no. No, no! Not the box. Oh, no, they can't transfer me.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it.
Financial ratios are used in analyzing the financial statements. The ratios can be used to evaluate the financial condition of a company, including the company's strengths and weaknesses. It can be measured by profitability, efficiency, liquidity, and stability. Profitability ratio is a measure of company's performance. It is simply the ability of the company to obtain its profit. The gross profit ratio of Dreamworks Company in 2014 is 0.51% and in 2015 is 42.54%. This clearly shows that there is an improvement. This is probability because of the higher sales in 2015 and because the company controlled their cost of sales efficiently. The return on sales in 2014 is negative 45.32% and in 2015 is negative 5.98%. The return on sales has improved from 2014 to 2015, but they are still in a negative position. This shows that they improved their profit even though it is a loss. Return on investment has improved but still in a negative position. Next, we have expense ratio. The formula is total expenses divided by total liabilities times 100%. The calculation of their expenses ratio shows that there is a decrease. This is an improvement because they managed to control their cost of operating expenses. The return on assets has improved but still in a negative position. Now, moving on. Efficiency ratio is a ratio that is typically used to analyze how well a company uses its assets and liabilities internally. To calculate asset turnover is sales over average assets times 100%. In 2014 is 32.26% and in 2015 is 46.49%. The trend is a favorable result because the dollar invested in the firm's assets have generated a higher rate of sales turnover. This reflects a more efficient use of the assets available to the management. Stock turnover determines the number of times stock was converted into sales during a period. It can be used to evaluate performance in managing the stock. The stock turnover of the company shows that it has deteriorated. The reason why it is deteriorated is because the Dreamworks company purchased a lot of stock. A way that they can improve their stock turnover is by having a promotion. Debtors turnover examines the performance of management in actually collecting its debt from credit customer. The smaller the value, the better it is because the company receives money faster. The debtors turnover has improved. This is because the company frequently sends reminders to its debtor and do a background screening. Creditors turnover measures how long it will take to pay creditors or suppliers. The shorter it is, the better because the company can get more discount and save the liquidity. The creditors turnover has improved. This is a very good reputation for the company provided the relationship with supplier is not damaged. The cash flow ratio have improved. This shows that the company is unlikely to experience difficulty in meeting its short-term debt. Cash cycle is time taken to turn stock into sales and from sales into cash. The cash cycle of the company have deteriorated. This will affect the cash flow. Liquidity ratio. It is the ability of a business to meet its debt as they fall due. It can be measured by working capital ratio and quick asset ratio. Working capital ratio. In 2014, the company had $3 of current asset for every $1 of current liability, and in 2015, the company had $3.39 of current asset for every $1 of current liability. The ratio is too high compared to the ideal ratio that is 2:1. The company can use the extra money to invest and get a higher return. The quick asset ratio of 2014 is 1.2:1 and 2015 is 1.58:1. It can be concluded that 2015 has the ideal ratio. Stability investigates how much debt can be supported by the company and whether the debt and equity are balanced. Gearing ratio is slightly increased in 2015. Therefore, in 2015, the company is relying more on borrowed funds compared with the proprietor's contribution. Interest coverage shows management the effectiveness of borrowed funds in terms of the profit generated compared to the cost of borrowing from liabilities. The interest coverage has improved, however, since they are having a net loss, they cannot cover the interest. Therefore, the interest coverage is not significant to be calculated. A strategy that they can use is by controlling their expenses so that they don't have a net loss. Overall, if the company ratios keep on continuing like this, it will probably fall into bankruptcy. A strategy that they can use is to hire famous actors and produce better movies to increase sales and profit.